Okay, let's look at how the stock market is faring right now. Tesla is up $7, almost 4%, closed at 198.84. We can clearly see that there's a ceiling on Tesla stock price. We are looking at the tug of war between the buyers and sellers. Each bar indicates the price range within 1 day. So we see that we are topping at 202.92. 202.92, nobody wants to pay higher than that. Of course, the sellers would like to sell at $4,000. It's the tug of war between the buyers that is determining exactly how much you have to pay to get a stock. So right now, for the past 4 days, you can get a Tesla stock below 202.92. So why pay more? Why pay more? We are calling those price ceilings a resistance because there's a resistance. The price does not go higher than that. And it has been doing that for 4 consecutive days. When we are going to break that resistance at 292, this is going to be a clue. It does not mean that we are automatically going to buy, but it is a clue that the price is trending higher. So right now we are trending sideways. We have nothing to do right now. Our stochastic, which is an indicator that tells us if the stock is bullish or not, it is below 60. It needs to be above 60 right here in the green zone right here. So for Tesla, we have nothing to do. We are in a wait and see attitude. So Tesla stock right now is between 180.38 and 202.92. Anything between those two numbers is basically noise at this level right here on the daily chart. Let's take a look at the VIX, the fear factor of the stock market. The VIX is coming down, so we are down 15%. We are coming down. This is helping the stock market recuperate a little bit, but we have not been as high in terms of the VIX as in March of 2023. March of 2023. Now, if we look at March 2023, we had this move down on Dow Jones, and if we take a look at the S&P, also we had a move down. So each time we have a move up in the VIX, we are having a move down in the stock market. So right now we are coming down. As I say, we are coming down a little bit, but we are still high. So there's still risk in the stock market. There's still risk that we could be moving higher in the VIX and the stock market going lower. So just be careful if you buy something, because this is very tempting. We are getting buy signals. This is very tempting. So make sure you put an automatic stop loss, or that you follow the stock very closely and that you're set a manual stop loss in your mind in case things turn around. Let's take a look at the bonds. Bonds are recuperating. Nikkei is recuperating also. Japanese yen is losing a little bit of steam against the US dollar, but we are still very, very low from where we were. Things might not be over yet. Let's take a look at Dow Jones. So Dow Jones bouncing on 38,332. So this is positive, but we still don't have stochastic over 60. So we can take this with a grain of salt. It could be just a knee-jerk reaction after the big move down that we had. SPX climbing a little bit higher. We are still into a downward channel. So SPX is still going down. It's still in a downtrend since mid-July. It's still into a downtrend. NASDAQ, we can say that we just came outside of the downtrend. So this is only one candle. One candle does not make a trend, but we are officially outside. Let's see if we stay outside, and then let's see how we stabilize, and then eventually want to go higher. Let's take a look at our important stocks. So Apple bouncing nicely on 197. So everything is pretty much bouncing after the big move down. If we draw a downward channel right here, this is where we are. We are still into this downward channel. We have not gone super far yet, but this is where we are. So yes, we are pulling back, but we are still into a downward trend, and we are supposed to be doing exactly that. Moving down, moving up, moving down, and moving up. Amazon, we are still into this big bullish channel. We are bouncing on our support right here. We have a little bit of a pause, a resistance at 167.18. AMD, we are bouncing also on our bullish channel. This is what we are supposed to do. If you want to get back into AMD, you need to wait to make sure that we clear this horizontal resistance. We are very close to that. We also need stochastic over 60, so we might not get it after a break at 136 because stochastic is so low and stochastic is a 21-day stochastic. It's going to take time to process this big move down that we had. So maybe the break is going to happen above 144.73. Adobe bouncing nicely, no stochastic. This is always a concern. But we have a break of a horizontal resistance at 527.56. So, this one is starting to look like you could chance it. You do your own research, you make your own decision, but this is starting to look a little bit better. This is the channel that we are in. You can take a little bit of a chance at 127.56, but be prepared to sell if we start reaching this resistance at 543. Just be prepared to sell. If it continues, then you will already be in. That's going to be good. ARM bouncing also on support, still into a downward channel, short term. Google also bouncing. This is less ready. Microsoft bouncing. We need to break 404.45, but then again, stochastic is not there yet. So there's a risk aspect that is still present. Meta zigzagging nicely. We have stochastic over 60. We broke 479.69 right here. Then we have some resistance at 523.39. 523.39. NVIDIA staying stable above 97. Palantir. So Palantir is waking up. We had great earnings right here, great earnings. And now we are really right smack. I cannot make this up. Why is it stopping at the same number all the time? 29.31. 29.31. It is stopping there. And if we go in the past, let's go in the past. We are going to use my time machine. If we go in the past, look at this. 29.31. Boom. September 24th, 2021. Also, December 2020. You see how important this number is? Each time we are reaching that number, we are caving in, caving in, caving in. There's a little bit of an exception right here. And now we caved in mid-July and we stopped here today. So this is an important number. This is maybe one of the most important number. 27.53 was also important. You see, we caved in, we caved in, we caved in, we caved in. And then several years later, 27.53, we caved in briefly. So yeah, things are looking pretty good with Palantir. So just check this out. If we break 29.31, this is a big buy. And I just bought before the close because I'm jumping the gap. This is looking pretty good. SMCI coming down, SoFi sideways. Let's take a look at our AV stocks. BYD sideways so far. Lucid doing nothing. Neo Battery Material, this one, we saw it. We saw it yesterday right here. Could not break 9 cents. This is on Toronto Stock Exchange Ventures. Could not break 9 cents, then boom, broke it. This is a signal today. Went from 10 to 14 cents. So that's 47% up. We don't need to know what is happening, but some people know and some people are buying, pushing away the sellers. We don't know why, we don't know how, but there's something happening here. You can join. You don't need to know why people are buying in droves. You just have to notice the effect and you take action. If we knew, it could be more comforting to know, but many times moves happen in the stock market before they are coming out as news. Because for something to come out as news, when it's not part of an earnings, there's a little bit of a propagation effect. Some people know, they might tell somebody that might tell somebody, and these people already buy. It already influences the market before the news comes out 1 week later. So news, as we often say, is oftentimes late. NEO sideways, Novonix sideways, Expand sideways, Rivian bouncing on 13.16. So 1316, it's not going lower. So that's the good news. What is the current downward channel that we have here? This is what we have. So we need to break this downward channel before we are convinced that we are no longer going down. Because what can be happening is that we could just be zigzagging. So zigzagging here means we go here, and then we come back down further. So just be careful about this possibility. Once we go outside of this resistance line, then we can know we are no longer going down, but we could be going sideways. So the next step is going to identify the horizontal resistance that we are going to need to break. And then once we break that, we have eliminated the possibility that we are going sideways. So the only remaining possibility is that we are indeed going higher. And this is when we buy. We are putting the chance in our corner. Nouveau Monde doing nothing. Nicola Mining going sideways, a little bit up today after the big move down that we had yesterday. Bitcoin bouncing nicely on 52,000 approximately. XRP having a hard time breaking 63 cents. Look at this. It's being blocked. So the balance between the buyers and sellers is in the hands of the sellers at 63. There are too much sellers that the buyers don't have to pay higher. And we want the buyers to have to pay higher. We want scarcity. And this red line is supply. So there is a lot of supply at that price point. So this is why the price is not going higher. So yeah, Tesla, just a sideways day. We need to break 202.92 to have Tesla become a little bit interesting. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.